Good evening, everyone. We are here tonight with Coach Amy Wright and Jacoya Jones-Brown. We're going to start off with a statement from Coach, and then we will open it up for questions.
Yeah, I mean, we are definitely of the growth mindset right now. I know probably didn't get a chance to watch our two previous games on the road in Wyoming and Colorado State. It's two really good teams that are going to be competitive, especially Colorado State in their conference. And then coming in, playing Cal Baptist, they have a unique style that they're really good at. They can shoot it. We knew that would be important, our closeouts. We knew transition defense would be important. And I think probably in terms of that goal, we fell a little bit short on doing those things. But again, I saw a lot of growth in these young women from this past weekend to today. And you can only continue to build on it with a young team. So we are focusing on the positives that did come from today in terms of, a lot more points, a lot more assists than what we had been doing. And then also finally crashing the boards a little bit, getting on the boards with that 43-34. But Cal Baptist is a good team. Jared runs a great offense. They're always competitive. I think last year was their first year of, not having a phenomenal record. But, like I said, we're of the growth mindset right now, so we can get ready for Big West.
So Cal Baptist came in top 20 in the nation in rebounds per game. You guys won the rebounding battle tonight, though. What did you see from your players on the glass?
I saw a lot of fight. I saw, Kylie fighting. I saw Judith fighting. I think you saw Judith actually jump for a rebound, which is phenomenal. But she had a heck of a game. My guards were crashing, getting in there, poking their nose in there. So I just think we saw a lot of fight. Technique, sometimes that does matters, but it also matters what's in your heart. If you want to go get it, you can go get it. It also helped that we got number 14 in a little bit of foul trouble. So that was good. We worked on what we were going to do defensively, guarding screens. We knew they were going to screen and roll. My kids went under and they sprinted through. And as they sprinted through, she was moving and it's, an illegal screen. So that game plan was executed. And that's why that's a positive. That we executed that game plan. So,
and then 4 3-pointers made for you tonight. Do you think the volume is going to increase for shots from beyond the arc, or do you expect to win this year as a more paint-oriented team?
Yeah, I want both. No coach is satisfied. We want everything. We want it all. We want our cake, and we want to eat it too. Bryn is just having a not good start to her freshman year. She led the country on the Adidas circuit in 3-point field goal percentage. So she is just not off to a good start, and she knows it. But I'm not going to tell a shooter not to shoot. I'm not going to tell a scorer not to score. So we would like to see both. I think you'll see that balance. Even if she shoots close to 30% in the next game, you're looking at those runs a lot differently. We're matching basket for basket instead of just one basket at a time.
Coach, we've seen 3 straight games now with big deficits in the first quarter. What do you hope to see on Saturday against Sacramento State and really going forward this season to start games?
Yeah, we definitely want to start better. It wasn't 4 points. We got in double digits today. So I think the start has to be on the defensive end. We have to really lock in and hone in and know our personnel. I think at times we struggle with that because we do switch sometimes. You can see I have Kylie and Judith out there on the perimeter. They're guarding on the perimeter. They're guarding guards. So I think being more locked into that. I like our pace. I like our tempo. I thought our shot selection was a little bit off to start, and that comes with nerves. But once we settled down, we were pretty consistent. The first quarter wasn't terrible today. The third quarter was awful, in my opinion. So if we could just balance that out where we become a 4-quarter team, even a 3-quarter and a half team, they normally win games. So we got to get there where we're consistently focused. Our theme today was faith and focus. Do you believe in what we're doing, and can you focus for 40 minutes in doing it?
Nice. Question for Jacoya. Sophomore season, you're the primary point guard now. Can you talk us through the work you did in the offseason and what this role in the offense means to you?
During the offseason, I went home. I kept working with coaches that I usually work with during high school, and I just kept in touch with them. And then I also worked with my dad, and he set things up. And then when I came back out here during the summer, I worked with the coaches here, and then I still work with the coaches in the morning, on days off or before. And then taking this role is pretty big because now I have to actually talk and, direct. So this is pretty big, but it's a good change for me because now, like, I get to use my voice and direct, and, like, my teammates can see, like, I actually know, like, what I'm doing, and, like, you have to listen to me because I'm the point guard and I have to create for everybody else except for myself.
Let's see, we're growing as Jacoya grows.
Coach, the team's pace was noticeably faster tonight compared to the first two. How much was that tempo emphasized for tonight's game?
Yeah, we knew they were fast. I think the hard thing to practice is you're coming off a 2-day road swing, and then you gotta give them Monday off, and then you have 1 day prep, and then you don't want to kill them in that 1 day prep. Like, you want them to have fresh legs. So all you can do is talk about it and then visually show it on film. It's different to feel it, and I'm sure that they felt something that we do differently, just depending on what it was. But we knew what they could do. We know our transition defense was trash today. Like, we know that. So again, it's something that we got to improve on and get better at. Even though 5 was their primary ball handler, and she has one job, but she does her job very, very well. She attacks the paint, she touches the paint, and she's finding shooters. So it's good to play somebody like that when we get into conference. We're gonna have other guards that can do that. So again, facing it now and seeing where our deficiencies are, I think will help us in the long run.
And then for Jacoya, you had a career high in points tonight. What does that performance do for you individually and the team moving forward?
For me, I mean, it's just points. Cause, like, we still lost at the end of the day. So, I think I still have to do better. And then, like, even though, like, I got 19 points, I think, like, now my teammates see, like, if we actually work as a team, like, everybody can have that. So not just me. So I think, like, those points mean something to me and my teammates. So yeah.
I got one. Coach, you mentioned 1 day of prep. You're heading into a game. What's the focus in practice going into Sacramento State next week or this weekend?
Yeah, tomorrow we'll clean us up. We'll clean probably a lot of transition defense and probably a lot of showing our turnovers and what those lead to. So we'll clean us up a little bit and then prepare for them. Sac State is another team that they transition a lot. They get downhill. I think they put up 124 in one of their exhibition games. So they're gonna shoot the ball and push tempo. So we got to be better at that. Again, we got to get stops and then really, really execute. We still want to play fast on our end, but I think executing is much more intentional with this group than what it's been in the past. This group, they want to know the who, what, when, where, and why. And so that's what I'm trying to give them. And you can see, I think we got 3 of those down pat right now. So we just got to get the other one down pat. And then I think, it'll be good execution down the stretch. We're getting there. We're finding other teams' weaknesses. And that's what we got to do and prepare for tomorrow.
All right.
Coach, your team hasn't been afraid of the 3 ball, but you went away from it in the second quarter, just going 1 for 1. Was there any intention or reason behind that?
I think Judith was kind of having a really good second quarter. And so being able to find the mismatches, I think it's different for us. We're normally the itty bitties. So with Kylie, Judith, and Jacoya, she can play a big guard, and Kenan sometimes down there. You have to exploit those mismatches. You don't want to take a 24-foot shot when you can get a 2-foot shot. So I think in the second quarter, I think that's what was happening there. We were able to kind of exploit a little mismatches, and then they did a great job in terms of, when they started to double, we kicked it out and did get that 1 3-pointer. So it's just kind of, game strategy. It's part of it. Jared's going to do one thing, then I got to do another, and it's back and forth. That's the chess match that coaches get to play.
I think that's it.
All right. Thank you.
Yay.